Hello and welcome to another tutorial from OICT. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a small app in Windows Form with Visual Studio where random objects can be spawned in the form in random locations and then we can click to collect them. So let's run the app. As you can see, the red boxes are appearing on the form and they are randomly positioned when they spawn onto the scene. Right, so let's let a few more spawn on the scene. Now as I click on them, they are disappearing, and we also have a counter on to show how many objects are on the scene. Okay, we'll be making this app in Visual Studio using Windows Form. So let's go and make a new project. So in here, click on Create New Project. We will choose the Windows Form.NET framework for this one. Okay, in the name, type in Windows Form, spawn, and click Picture Box. More ICT. Click Create. Okay, this is our empty project. So now from the toolbox, let's drag and drop a label to the form. Inside the text, we're going to change it to items 0 and then change the name of the label to LBL items count. And change the font. We can change it to bold, size 16. Let's change the name on the form as well. So the text of the form should say spawn and click on picture box. More ICT. Press enter and then that should change the title of the form. Okay, we need a timer. So drag and drop a timer to the form. In the properties window for the timer, change the name to game timer. Change the time to 1000, so you should tick every second. Change enable to true. Okay, now if you click on the little lightning bolt icon, we should be able to add an event. So type in timer event and press enter. So now the timer event has been added to the timer. Now let's add some variables. So first we're going to add a random variable called rand, then equals to new random. Do a semicolon in the end. Let's make a list of picture boxes. So list picture box, let's call it items. And then this is going to be a type of a new list. Let's make a new function here. So say private void make picture box. Do the two small brackets and then two curly brackets, end of the function. Now inside of this function, let's make a new picture box called new pic equals new picture box. So it's calling the class, and then now we're going to set the height of the new picture box to 50 and set the width of the new picture box to 50 as well. Now set the back color of this picture box to new pic.backcolor equals color.maroon. This is a darker shade of red. Now let's set a x variable inside of the function. And this is going to determine a random number between two numbers. So we're going to give a minimum of 10, and the maximum is going to be this client size width, because that's going to be the x value. And we're also going to deduct the new pic width, so that way the picture box is always inside. Now let's do the same for the y. So create a new y variable, do a random next, minimum 10 and maximum this client size height minus new pic height. To the location for the new pic. So now the x and y has been set. So we're going to say new pic location equals new point, and then we're going to pass in the x and y values that we have generated just above it. Right, and then we're going to say new pic click. So now we need to register a click event for each of the picture boxes created. And then when you type in plus equals, you can just double tap and Visual Studio will add that event for us. So right now it's been linked to a new pic underscore click event. Okay, and we also need to add the new pic that we created into the items list. So items is a type of picture box, so you should accept it. Right. Now we're going to add it to the form. So say this controls.add new pic. So that should spawn the new picture box to the form. Okay, so let's delete that line from the event. We don't need that one. Yeah, let's start with the timer event. So inside the timer event, we're going to run the make picture box function. So that should spawn a new picture box. And then we're also going to update the LBL item count label. So you can say items count plus equals items.count. So because we're adding it to that list, we are able to sort of calculate how many items we have in that list. Okay, so let's run the program. So as you can see, new picture boxes are being spawned onto the scene, and it also updates it on the items count label on the top. Okay, now let's do the mouse event. So now we're going to create a temporary picture box inside of this click event and link it to the sender. So whichever object was clicked where the sender was, we're going to register that as a temp pic. So now we're going to say items.remove. Then we're going to remove the temp pic, whichever object that we clicked on, it will be removed, and we need to remove it from the form. So we can say this.controls.remove and then pass in the temp pic variable inside of it. Okay, let's start the app. So as you can see now, lots of different boxes are appearing, and when we start clicking on them, they get removed from the scene, and it also updates the list as it's going. But only problem here is the list is only updated when the function is ran. So every second when the function runs, the list is updated. So what we can do is we can move that line inside of the click as well. So as we click on it, it will update the count as well as when it's created a new one. Okay, so when I click on it now, so it's a bit more responsive. So right now it updates the number without any delay. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial on how to create a Windows Form application where we spawn random objects and we are able to click and remove them. Okay, and I will see you on the next one.